Hello and good evening to all. My name is Maria Di Blasi. I am a health and nutrition educator with Bridge to Health New Mexico. And today is our last session together. Today is going to be the last session together, and I have a very special presentation that has to do again with the holidays and to kind of wrap up everything that's happening in the next 2-3 weeks. We will be talking about how to keep up with our healthy habits and but specifically directed towards these holiday celebrations. It has been my pleasure to be able to give these sessions, and I am very grateful to everybody on your side. I appreciate the opportunity that Bridge to Health gave me, and I hope that sometime in the future we might meet again. Today, as usual, we will be helping ourselves with a PowerPoint presentation. So let's begin. So maintaining healthy eating habits during the holiday season. This is going to be our presentation today. And we will be doing this specifically for the holiday season because it's upon us. We're a week away from Christmas. Most of us have already had, some kind of special holiday celebration, gathering, get together, but it's encroaching on us. And the closer we get to it, the more we tend to forget our eating habits, our good, healthy eating habits. So again, we are going to try and go through this to kind of remind us of what we should be keeping in mind and how to keep being healthy during this holiday season. So let's begin. First of all, we're going to talk a little bit about facts. On average, people gain between 1 and 3 pounds during the 6 weeks between Thanksgiving to New Year's Day. Let me repeat that because it was a little bit shaky on my side. Between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day, we gain weight. On average, people gain between 1 and 3 pounds in the 6 weeks. So imagine that you're gaining about half a pound per week. So why do you think that's happening? We're forgetting our healthy habits. We are delaying exercising. We are not eating like we should. And I know this is a time to be tempted by everything on the table. I mean, just look at the picture. Everything that you have there is tempting, and everything you have there is not green. There's not one vegetable on that table, on that picture. So what do? We tend to eliminate things that are good for us and kind of focus on things that are not really good for us. So while this might seem insignificant, extra pounds can add up over time and, eventually lead to a multitude of health issues. When we are overweight, we usually have issues with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, meaning the fat that travels in our blood. We have an increase in blood sugar. We increase our insulin levels, and we have a tendency to have diabetes. So what do we have to do? We have to try and either decrease the amount of pounds we gain during our holidays or try and keep healthy habits so that we do not gain weight during these holidays. Whether your plans have changed this holiday season and you're spending more time at home, or whether you decide to attend a safe family gathering, these meals may often change your regular diet and health. Think about it. Think about how many times during the year we get together to eat with the rest of the family everything that we think about eating during the holidays. I mean, I know everybody has tamales once in a while, but the amount of tamales we have during this season is extraordinary. The amount of candied food, the amount of sugary sweets, the amount of flours, the amount of um, high saturated fats that we include during these holidays is exponentially increased every single time we get closer and closer to the holidays. So during, I mean, all the way from the end of November to the beginning of the year, that's almost a month and a half of changes in our diet and changes in our health. And once we start with all of these holiday celebrations, again, we forget that we need to also keep our physical activities up, that we need to be physically active. So just because it's the holiday season, it doesn't mean you have to worry or you have to feel bad about the calories or nutrients or lack thereof you are consuming. You should be able to handle this in such a way that you don't feel bad about what you're eating or what you're doing. They are ways to have healthy holidays. So if you revert to unhealthy eating habits during the holidays, it can be challenging to get back to good food choices again in the new year. That is one of the biggest problems. Our biggest problems is not only that we're eating bad during the holidays, is that once the holidays are over, it is twice as hard to go back to eating healthy. Why? Because it's been a month and a half, a month of us not eating healthy, of us not eating and not exercising, and us not doing what we should be doing or what we had been doing before the holidays. So, making sure that you and your family continue to practice healthy behaviors throughout the holidays will ensure that your family health stays in top shape year round. So what we have to do is just continue the habits, maybe modify them just a little bit. The holidays are a time for festivities and joy and a way to spend times with your friends and families. Now, more than ever, especially, coming out of this pandemic 2-year thing. So home cooked meals around the table always seem to be the one thing that brings everyone together. Now, make sure that these home cooked meals are adapted to your healthy needs, okay? That's what we're going to be talking about. The festivities and treats of the holiday season can make it difficult for us to maintain good eating habits that we might have established throughout the year. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a few tips that will help you maintain these healthy habits, these healthy eating habits during the holidays, and hopefully continue your habits, your year-long habits that you have had up to now, so that they continue in through the holiday season. So, tips. Yes, the table looks appetizing. Notice this table has a lot more veggies on it than the other table that we saw at the beginning. So, first tip, eat regularly. Eating less the day of the gathering, saving room for later, is definitely not a good strategy. A lot of us tend to do this. Oh, I'm going to have a big dinner tonight, or I'm going to go out with my coworkers and we're going to have a lunch. So I'm not going to have breakfast, or I'm not going to have breakfast and I'm going to have a very light lunch. Don't do this. It's not a good strategy. If you eat regular small meals throughout the day, this will help you from getting too hungry and overeating at the event. When we come to whatever event, okay, or be that not, when we come to an event and we are extremely hungry, what do we tend to do? We tend to overeat. We tend to eat whatever comes in front of us and not really be thinking about what healthy choices we are making. But if we establish a routine where we're having our healthy meals, even if they're small ones, have your regular meal at your regular time. By the time dinner comes around, you won't be that hungry. You won't be hangry, like they say now, where you're angry and hungry at the same time, and you will not overeat. Second tip, eat before you go. This is something actually that was practiced at my house a lot. If you eat a nutritious snack before you go to a safe gathering, it can help you take the edge off your appetite, and it can help you from or keep you from overeating, and it will stop the cravings before they even start by eating a healthy mini meal. Okay, so if you think, okay, I'm going to be eating and I'm going to be eating all night, or there's going to be food on the table for 3 hours, and I've had my 2, 3 meals today, still I pack myself a protein bar, or I pack myself, a small bag of crunchy baby carrots. If you have those right before you get there to the party, to the festivity, first of all, when you sit down and eat, you won't be overeating because you already, I'm going to say your appetite is not that bad, but also you won't have such bad cravings. And then so you don't start the night by sitting down at the table starving again. By doing this, you are likely to consume healthier portions too. So incorporate protein, vegetables, and healthy fats and starches to keep you feeling fuller and longer. I know I said protein bar. That's really good. You can grab some vegetables and you can have some hummus with the celery sticks. You can even, go for your sweet tooth. Grab some peanut butter with those celery sticks. Look for something that is filling, that has fiber, that has starches, and it's a veggie, so it'll help you feel better and get fuller for longer. Next tip, use a smaller plate. Research has shown us that we tend to fill our plates no matter what the size is. So if they give you a big plate, you're going to fill that plate. If they give you a small plate, you're going to fill that plate. So think about it. Which one, if you're trying to eat healthy and you're trying not to overeat, what size of plate are you going to be using tonight or the day of the event? Try choose a small plate, which is going to help you reduce the amount of food you put on that plate. You got to be aware of your portion sizes, people. Even even if you're overeating healthy foods is not a good strategy. Any overeating is a bad strategy. It doesn't matter if it's healthy or not healthy. You are overindulging and your body does not need that. Start simple by filling your plate with veggies, fruits, green salads, and lean meats. Now, in this area, it's not very common, but where I come from, they also usually serve a soup before your meal. A soup before a big meal is ideal because it helps your brain react to feeling full a lot faster. The same as salads, the same as fruits. So, but going back to this point, if you start with filling your plate with the veggies, the green salads, the fruits, the lean meats, it'll help you stay in a healthy diet. If you do see a yummy looking side dish that is high in calories, just take a small taste of it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying portions, people, portions, portions, portions. Filling up on the healthy foods can reduce your intake of higher calorie foods. If you've already eaten that turkey or that ham or that lean meat chicken, and you've already had your carrots and you've already had your other vegetable that you're going to have, then by the time you get to the sweets, or by the time you get to the tamales, or by the time you get to whatever else that is yummy out there that you shouldn't really be doing that overeating on, you won't be as hungry. Usually think about the pozole. Start with the pozole. If it has a lot of soup in it, if it has a lot of broth in it, even better. Next tip, wait 10 minutes. After you've eaten your small plate of healthy choices, wait 10 minutes. You have to think that you're eating. When we eat, we usually tend to eat very fast. And when we eat very fast, we do not allow our brain the time it needs to get the signal that our stomachs are full. So if you give yourself 10 minutes after you serve yourself that pozole or after you finish that salad, and you give your body 10 minutes so that your stomach sends the signal to your brain, then you will realize most of the time that you're not hungry anymore, or that your hunger is not the same amount as when you started. It's all about tricks and tips that you can use to cater to your healthy needs. It's all about how you are going to manage healthy eating in a quote unquote unhealthy situation. It can be applied to the holidays, it can be applied to any eating party, it can include when you go to restaurants. Limit your alcohol, please. I know this is a time for festivities. I know that we tend to, hit because everybody's celebrating. And then New Year's, we go at it again. But if you limit your alcohol, it's going to help you. When you get to the party, start off with a low calorie, non alcoholic drink. You know what you can do? You can grab yourself a Coke Zero. You can even start it when you get there and just have yourself a big glass of water before you even do anything. Um, if you do consume alcohol, let's say small amounts, and select drinks with the least amount of sugars and calories. Think about it. Anything that it has fruit juice or anything that has a cream in it is going to be higher in sugars and higher in calories. But if you think about something that has more seltzer in it, or something that has no or very little fruit juice, maybe just some lime juice in it, think about how you can switch up your drink to something that doesn't have as many calories. Believe me, there are plenty of low calorie beers out there that are very good. All you got to do is find one that you like. Next tip, when you eat mindfully. Think about this. Think about your gathering. Not only think about who you're seeing and who you're spending your time with, but also how truthfully these kind of meals only happen 2, maybe 3 times a year. So enjoy it. Yes, some of it might be unhealthy, some of it might be healthy, but enjoy it. If you savor each bite, it'll go longer for you. It'll prolong the pleasure of this meal. And remember, put your fork down between bites. It's an extra effort for you to put down your fork, chew, take pleasure in the food in your mouth, taste it, smell it, enjoy it, every single bite, and then go back for the fork for the next bite. It will help you. Try it. Next tip, socialize away from the food. So if you're standing around talking at a party, do it not at the table. Stand up, go sit in on a couch. Go, stand over there where grandma is. Go and visit with your cousins, but don't do it around the table. So if you're doing it not around the table, it'll be less of an opportunity for you to just be munching or something, or what they call fog eating, where you're eating without even thinking about it. Okay? If you're away from the table, if you're away from the food, it is less likely that you will see something that you cannot resist. If you're standing at the table or if you're sitting at the table, then those cookies that are sitting right in front of you are just going to be popping into your mouth without you even thinking if you want another one or not. Something else that you can do is find activities that don't involve food. Take a walk, grab a friend, grab a family member, grab your community, make it an event where everybody goes out and walks, or you play a game in the yard, or even if you don't go outside, sit inside around doing a board game. Think about dusting off those games that have been put away for years. It'll be something new and something entertaining for the whole family. And this, what it does, is it takes the focus off of the food. Another trick for this, just for this activity, is that once you're done eating, get up from the table and go do your activity somewhere else. That way you socialize away from the food and you do other activities that do not involve food. Also remember, we need to continue to prioritize exercise in your schedule. It is no secret that the holiday season is busy, but don't let this deter you from missing your exercise sessions. If your exercise gym is closed for the holidays, go out for a walk. Ask your friend to go run with you. Think about how you can incorporate exercise into your life without going into the gym. Plan your workouts into your schedule and treat them like you would any other appointment or event. Just like you made time from your day to go have that luncheon with your friends for Christmas, the same way you should be giving yourself time to go and work out. You have to put exercise at the top of your list. It is important for your body, for your health. Now, another thing that you need to consider is one meal won't make or break your health. Keep each meal in perspective. You got to remember that going back for seconds or for thirds of your mom's pumpkin pie won't make or break your diet or nutrition. One meal, people. We're talking about one time. However, 2 straight months of overindulgence, well, they will break your health. As a rule, try to eat healthy most of the time and view every meal as an opportunity to get back on track. Don't think, oh dear Lord, I already had, a really horrible meal last night. It was full of sugars and I ate too much, so I can't go back on track today. No, you can always go back. Every meal is an opportunity to get back on track. And don't forget, no one has a perfect diet. No one. Nobody's perfect. Next one, another addition. Bring healthy dish to share. If you think everybody's going to be there and all they're going to have is bread and all they're going to have is potato loaded and all they're going to have are sweet yams with lots of sugar, or they're only going to have tamales there, bring your own dish. Think of a way that you could incorporate your own dish to that meal. Bring something healthy, something that will help you consider the meal as something that you can add on. So while everyone typically brings a savory meal or a rich dessert, you can bring a healthier option to the table. Bring a vegetable tray, bring a fruit platter. Encourage the whole table to eat healthy. While you are contributing not only for yourself, you're also helping those around you stay healthy. You can do it for everybody else, not just for yourself. Think about how you can incorporate that dish you want to share into that meal. And last but not least, please maintain mindfulness, people. Over the holidays, sweets, treats, and other foods you may not typically eat are everywhere. They may even be in your kitchen. Enjoy those yummy holiday foods and treats, and they are an important part of celebrating and enjoying the holidays. Then again, don't go so far off your typical eating schedule that you don't feel good. Don't overindulge. To enjoy the holiday foods while still feeling fantastic, it is important to be mindful of two things, of what and how much you're eating. Those are the two things that you need to keep in mind always. What you're eating and how much. And all these tips are going to help you, around those two questions. Keep the healthy leftovers, throw out the unhealthy ones. As tempting as leftovers may be during the holiday season, they can quickly, people, fill up your fridge. And of course, we feel the pressure of having to eat these before they expire. However, if you only keep the healthy leftovers, such as your vegetables or your fruit platters or the lean meats, you can avoid late night temptations to devour that pumpkin pie. If you only have healthy food in your fridge, that's the only thing you're going to eat. We had already gone through these. Pack some traveling snacks. If your holiday festivities are a considerable distance from home, consider the benefits of packing healthy snacks for the car so that you can curb any cravings before you even get there. Again, granola or fruit. Another important one, drink water. Holidays may be an enticing time to drink with family and friends. We had already talked about this. Or indulge in rich or sugary beverages. But all of these, including the alcoholic ones, often lack the nutritional value, or they are the same as empty or fattening calories, people. So of course, one or maybe two drinks will not hurt, But drinking enough water is essential, not only during the holidays, every day. So drinking enough water is important. The more hydrated you are, the more efficiently your body works at tasks, for example, burning body fat. Okay, you see the link there. The better you keep yourself eating, the more you drink water, the more your system is going to help you stay healthy. Get enough sleep, people. A study found that people who slept at least 8 hours per night were nearly 3 times, so that's 3 times less likely to catch a cold. Okay? Sleep, we also know this, impacts weight because you're more likely to turn to sugary drinks when you wake up, or you may be too tired to exercise. In general, the lack of sleep causes the brain to make bad decisions. So people, get enough sleep, drink water. So, how to make healthier versions of your holiday favorites. You and your family can still enjoy holiday treats from time to time, and often you can find healthier versions of your favorites. Consider healthy food swaps. We talked about this, how you can contribute when you're planning your holiday meals. Add healthier options to the menus, salad or greens. Um, did you know yogurt can be a substitute in mashed potatoes? When you're making mashed potatoes, use low fat or skim milk. You can use Greek yogurt instead of buttermilk. You can include cauliflower to add a little bit of flavor or fiber to your dish. Take the crust off of your pies. It takes down the calorie intake and fat intake. You're still going to have the bottom, people. You're just not going to have the top crust. Or simply, you can bake your apples and put the cranberry in it, the cranberry sauce, the cranberry jelly, put it in the baked apples. And you put a little bit of whipped cream over it, and it doesn't have any crust. So the holiday season is a special time to spend with your loved ones. I sure hope these tips will help you enjoy your time together while still making health a priority. So people, overall, the holidays can be stressful for some of us because we are torn between a busy schedule and a change of diet. But don't let this stop you from enjoying quality time with friends and family and savoring a good meal. Stay active, stay hydrated, and nourished are all as important through the holiday season. We encourage you, your family, and your community to stay healthy and take care of your bodies. Again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to visit us, stop by, send us an email. Bridge to Health, New Mexico. We're at 628 Riverside Drive, Suite C in Española. You could also look us up online, bridgetohealthnm.org. And this is it. This is the last of our sessions. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention. I hope this holiday season is healthy, and I hope I see you again sometime in the future. Meanwhile, my name is Maria Di Blasi. Have a good evening. Have happy holidays, and I wish everybody the best for this new year to come. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.